Hi, and welcome to the Power Yoga Morning Flow. In this class, we'll work on strengthening and then creating more flexibility at the end of the class. Let's get started in today's class with child's pose, connecting to the breath. Bring your knees close together, big toes together, fold forward, arms back, let your head rest. If your head doesn't come all the way to the ground, you can place a block underneath. So in this position, just let your body surrender and drop towards the ground. Feel gravity helping you to release. And on the exhalation, feel the ground underneath your shins, your arms, and your head. As you inhale, let your breath move down towards your back bottom ribs. Feel the natural expansion of the rib cage on the inhalation, expanding from the center. And as you exhale, feel your body relax and ground down. Again, on the inhalation, let the breath move down. Feel the expansion, feel the widening of your back ribs, the lifting and spreading. And as you exhale, see if you can let go and relax deeper. Then come up onto your hands and your knees. With your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. As you press down through your right hand, right underneath your shoulder, inhale, reach up, twist, raise your left arm up. As you exhale, slide your left hand behind your right wrist. Reach and open up the back of the left shoulder, upper back. As you inhale, twist open again. Descend your right shin bone as you reach up with your left arm. Exhale, thread through, open up across the back. Inhale, twist open, reach down from your right hip to your right shin. Now turn your left palm to face forward. As you externally rotate the shoulder, reach the arm overhead. Now lift up on your right side waist. Open up through the left side body. Then take the arm back up into the air. As you internally rotate so the palm points back, reach your arm behind your back. Internally rotate all the way. Hook the hand behind your back and look down towards your right hand. Feel a stretch in the left side of your neck, even side bend. Let your ear release towards your shoulder on your right side. Then bring your head back up, raise your arm back up, externally rotate, reach overhead. Plant your hand down, curl your back toes under and lift your back knee up. Hold here for a breath. Now draw your left thigh bone back, hip crease back, stretch your left arm forward. Plant your hands down onto the ground, step into plank position. And as you hold in plank, we're going to do an exercise to help to create stability and strength in the upper body. Level 1 difficulty, you'll set your knees down. Level 2, you'll keep the legs straight. From here, keeping your collarbones and upper back broad, shift your weight over into your left hand. Brace in your core, lift your front body, and bring your right hand to your chest. As you inhale, expand your back body, reach with your left arm. Then change sides as you exhale, right hand down, left hand comes to your chest. As you inhale, look for the same child's pose, expanding and spreading of the back body. And as you exhale, plant your hand back down. Stretch to downward facing dog. In down dog, reach down into your hands, lift your thigh bones, lift your hips, and stretch back. Step your right foot up to the outside of your right hand. Lower your back knee down to the ground. Plant your left hand right underneath your shoulder. As you press into your right inner foot, inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, slide your arm through, open up across the back. Inhale, twist back open. Exhale, slide your arm through. Inhale, twist open. And as the left shin descends, externally rotate the right arm. reach overhead. Lift up on your waist on your left side, open up your right side ribs. Take your arm back up, internally rotate it, hook it behind your back and look down towards your left hand. Even let your left ear drop towards your shoulder a bit so you feel a stretch on the right side of your neck. Bring your head back up, your arm back up, reach over, plant your hand down, curl your back toes and lift your back knee up. As you press into your left big toe mound, lift your left thigh bone. As you descend your right heel, move your right thigh bone back into the socket, stretch your right arm forward. See if you can lift your arm up by your ear while keeping your front ribs lifting away from the ground, resisting gravity. Then plant that hand, step back into plank position. Upper body strength, stability exercise with knees down or with legs straight. Shift the weight into the right hand. Exhale the left hand to your chest. Inhale, open up in the back. Reach from your right shoulder blade into your hand. Change sides, left hand down. Lean into the left hand, right hand to your chest. Both hands down. Stretch back, downward facing dog. Lift your thighs, lift your hips as you press down from your inner hands. Turn your outer arms down towards the ground. Look between your hands. Step, walk, or hop up to the top of your mat. And as you inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Reach from your hips down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Raise your arms. Exhale, spread your arms and fold forward. With a bend in your knees, inhale, elongate your spine. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. As you lift from the inner thigh bone, keep your hip bones level to the ground. Keep wrapping your triceps, outer arms down to the ground. Then shift to plank, pull your knee up, lift the shin away from the ground. Inhale, stretch back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull your knee up, press the floor down. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull your knee up, push the floor down. Lift your shin up higher. Step your foot all the way up to your thumb. Drop your back knee, and as you inhale, come upright. Raise your arms up. Then spread your arms out to the side. Bring your hands behind you and interlock your hands. If your shoulders are tight and they round onto your chest, take a little space in between your hands by using a strap or towel or t-shirt. Now, as you move the tailbone and the buttock flesh down towards the ground, lift from the base of your spine and come up into extension. Roll the chest open, roll the shoulders open. Then fold forward, bring your chest to the inside of your knee and stretch the arms up. Bring the hands down, curl your back toes, lift your back knee up just an inch above your mat. As you ground into your right heel, engage the muscles in your right hip and inhale, come up, raise your arms. Spread the arms out to the side. Bring the arms out in front of you, join the palms. Bring the elbows towards each other. Now one more time into extension. As you lengthen the tailbone down, start to lift up from the base of the spine, back of the heart, like you're gonna make the chest look up towards the sky. Stay low in your lunge as you lift up your heart. Spread the arms out to the side one more time. Now straighten your back leg. As you feel strong in your right heel and your right hip, turn the palms to face up and raise your arms straight up overhead. Place your hands back down onto the mat. Step back into plank position. Upper body strengthening here, we're going to do some chaturanga push-ups. So level 1 difficulty, you'll set the knees down, keep your rib cage in, your tailbone long. Lower slowly. You can do it with legs straight to make it more challenging, but make sure that your form is good. Lower to elbow height position, pause, and then control yourself back up. Slowly control down into the elbow height position, keeping your rib cage connected to your pelvis, and then lift back up. One more time, lower slowly, pause as you hover, press the floor away from you, come back up, stretch back to downward facing dog, and as you inhale, raise your left leg up. Exhale, shift to plank, pull your knee up, round your upper back, reach your shoulder blades into your hands. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, knee to chest. Pull up and reach the floor away from you with your hands. Inhale, raise your leg. Exhale, shift to plank and pull up. Step your foot up by your thumb. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, come up. Raise your arms. Spread the arms down at the side. Then clasp your hands behind your back, roll your chest open, or use the strap or the towel. As you move your buttock down towards the back of your knee, start to lift up from the front of the pelvis. Draw your pubic bone up towards your heart. And then, like I had my knee in your upper back, start to lift the dorsal spine up off the lumbar and move from the back of the heart up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders and chest open. Open up your heart. Then fold forward onto the inside of your knee and stretch the arms up and over. Then bring your fingertips down to the ground, release that. Curl your back toes and lift your back knee up just an inch. Weight in your left heel, left outer hip strong. Inhale, come up, raise your arms. Spread the arms out to the side again. Bring the arms out in front of you, palms together, draw the elbows in. Lengthen the tailbone down, buttock flesh down, lift from the front of the pelvis as you start to lift from the back of your heart again. Spread your arms out to the side, come back up and straighten your back leg. So feel yourself tall now, upright. Turn the palms up and reach all the way up. Reach into the space between your right big toe mound and second toe mound. Feel your back thigh start to lift. Lift from your back ribs. Reach up through your pinkies and see if you can let your left thigh bone drop 1 more inch. Bring your hands down and step back into plank position. 3 chaturanga push-ups with your legs straight or your knees down. Lower slow and controlled. Hover at the elbow height position. Lift yourself back up. Feel your core lift you just as much as your arms. 2 more times. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. Now step your right foot up to your right thumb. Turn your back heel down as you inhale, come up into warrior 1. Open up to your side, warrior 2. So in your warrior 2 position, turn your pelvis slightly to the right, stretch from your right inner thigh to your knee, track your knee with your second, third toe. Slow, steady breathing. Reconnect to your breath. Feel on the exhalation. You can feel the feet connecting down towards the earth. can feel what's tensing your body. It doesn't need to. Start to relax. And on your inhalation, feel the expansion from your center again. Feel the opening in the back, just like you're feeling in child's. Now tip forward and place your hand onto the inside of your foot on the block or on the floor. Take your left arm, turn the palm to face forward, externally rotate and reach overhead. Take the arm back up. Then internally rotate the arm, hook it behind your back like we did at the beginning. Hold here in the half bind, or you could slide your right arm under and take a full bind, grabbing your hands. Release whatever bind you had, take your arm back up and come back up to warrior two. Reverse warrior, flip your palm, inhale. Then reach and put your hand back down onto the inside of your foot one more time. This time, spin your back heel up. Plant your left hand down onto the ground under your shoulder. Twist and take your right arm up. Turn onto the outside edge of your back foot, outside edge of your right foot. Hold here, lift up on your side waist, or step back into side plank. Externally rotate your top arm, lift from your left side waist as you reach overhead. Then come to plank position, stretch to downward facing dog. Press down into your hands. Draw the rib cage up away from the ground as you lift the thighs and stretch the hips back. Turn your triceps, outer shoulder blades down. Warrior one, step your left foot. Turn your back heel down. Inhale, come up. Open up to your side, warrior two. Your back foot should be turned in slightly. Angle your pelvis slightly to the left so your knee can track in line with your second and third toe. Slow, steady breathing in and out through your nose. Feel on the exhalation from your hips down through your feet, you can ground down. Then tip, reach and put your hand down onto the inside of your foot. Externally rotate your top arm and reach overhead. So your thumb points back, palm points down. Take your top arm up, internally rotate it now and hook it behind your back. Hold here in the half bind or thread your left arm under, go for the full bind. If you're taking the full bind, bring your hip back underneath you and lengthen to the line of your left big toe through your head, whichever bind you have. A few more breaths here. Then press to your feet. Inhale, come back into warrior two. Reverse warrior, flip your palm, inhale. Back to warrior two, place your hand onto the inside of your foot. Bring your right hand down as well. Spin your back heel up. Then plant your right hand right underneath your shoulder. Heel the hand under the top of the shoulder. Twist, take your left arm up. Turn onto the outside edge of your back foot and your left foot. Now you can hold here, getting a great outer hip stretch, as well as most of the body bearing the weight of the arm bearing most of the weight of the body, or for full side body support, step back. Externally rotate your top arm, reach it overhead, and lift in your waist and your right hip. Bring your hand down, plank position, stretch back into down dog. Inhale back into plank pose. Set the knees down, set the elbows down. Dolphin pose. Clasp your hands, elbows right underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes, lift your knees, lift your hips up. Lift up your thighs, lift up your hips. And as you press through your right big toe mound, now raise your left leg up behind you from the inner thigh. Try to keep your hip bones level to the ground instead of letting the pelvis open up to the side. Keep reaching from your outer armpits into your forearms. Press the ground down and away from you. Change legs. Ground your left big toe mound as you raise your right leg up. Lift from the inner thigh again. Use your core stabilizers to keep the hips level. Control that leg back down and walk into plank on your forearms. Now turn to your right side, right forearm down, raise your left arm up. Externally rotate, reach overhead as you lift your waist, lift your hip. Change sides, left elbow down, right arm up. Externally rotate as you reach overhead, lift your hip. Come back to plank on your forearms. Hold here, 5 breaths. Then slowly lower your hips down, come into Sphinx pose. Now, depending on how much extension you have in your spine naturally, you might need to walk your elbows forward some so that it doesn't feel like there's a hinge in your lower back. You want to feel that you can lengthen up out of your lower back, taking the curve of the lower back up towards the upper back sensation. Now bend your left knee, heel towards your buttock, keep reaching through your right leg. If it feels like too much back bend in your lower back, slide the elbows a little bit more forward. And see if you can reach back with your left hand, take a hold of your foot. Release and change sides. Once you get the foot, let the femur bone drop down, reach the buttock towards the back of the knee, and draw from the skin of your lower belly up towards your heart. Now see if it's possible to reach back and catch both feet. Again, if it feels extreme, the amount of torque on the lower back, lower the chest and just work the quad stretch. Otherwise, start to reach the shins back as you open up your chest. Same subtle action for the glutes and the lower belly. Move the buttocks to the backs of the knees. Draw the skin of the lower belly in and up. Release that. Place your hands by your side ribs and roll up into cobra or upward facing dog. For the more advanced version, instead of the toes curled under, you can point the toes back, drop the buttocks down as you access your lower belly action again. Then stretch back to downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up behind you. Shift into plank, pull your knee up, and set up your shin for single leg pigeon. Now you want to feel this stretch in your outer hip. If it feels like it's torquing into your knee, you're going to lie on your back and do ankle to knee pose instead. For the last 3 breaths, you can stay up on your hands or you can lower down onto your elbows, whatever gives you a better sensation in your hip. As you get more flexible from doing this routine, you might even lay all the way down onto the ground in this position. Come back up onto your hands, stretch back into down dog. Change sides. Bring the left leg up, turn the thigh out, bring the left knee up by the left forearm. Scoot your right knee back until you feel a stretch. You can observe the angle of my shin. Notice how my left knee is closer to the hand. There's an acute angle here instead of having a true 90-degree angle. The shin ankle is closer to my hip. You can probably see it better on the other side now. Stay upright or start to walk forward. Come back up onto your hands. Sit over onto your left hip and bring your right leg around. Cross your right ankle onto the outside of your knee as you bring your left heel close to your buttock. Wrap your left elbow around and twist to your right. Untwist, change sides. Come back to center, lie down onto your back. I'm smirking because now we're about to do the abdominals. We're gonna try this abdominal series with the legs crossed like Gomukasan legs. So if you can cross your right knee over your left and then hook your toes under. But if that's not available, you can just cross the knee. Then cross the right elbow under the left or take eagle arms. From this position, as you exhale, curl yourself up and lift your tailbone up into the air as you crunch. As you inhale, control yourself down. Try to keep your rib cage in as you drop the knees away from the elbows. Reach the elbows back, knees down. Then curl yourself back up. Lift the tailbone up as you crunch up. As you inhale, control the movement down. Keep the rib cage in. Exhale to curl up. Inhale, slowly lower. Now try to keep your pelvis steady as the thighs drop instead of letting your pubic bone go with your thighs. Last one, crunch up, hold, and release. Change the cross of the legs, change the cross of the arms. Curl yourself up, lift the tailbone up into the air. Inhale to lower. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to lower. Then release that. Take the arms into cactus position and take the legs straight up in the air. Open up to the soles of your feet. Open up all your toes. Stretch the legs. Lengthen through your buttocks out of your lower back and slowly lower the right leg. See if you can keep your ribs in, your abdominals in as you lower and hover just an inch or two above the ground. Now lift the bottom leg as you lower the top leg, meet in the halfway position, and then change. Bring the right leg all the way up as the left leg hovers just a few inches away from the ground. And then change again. Change right at the midway position. One more round, change. And change. Bring both legs straight up. Stretch your arms overhead. Now reach to the heel of the hand. Push to the heel of the hand like there's a wall behind you that you're reaching. Stretch the buttocks out of the lower back. Tip the rib cage in and down. Find a full exhalation. Pretend like there's a wall against your thighs that you're pressing away from you, another wall with your hands that you're pressing at the same time. Now last exercise, open up the arms to the side with the knees together. Bring your knees over towards your right armpit without your left shoulder lifting. See how far you can go. And then twist your belly back to the center to come back. Knees over towards the left armpit. And then turn your left side lower belly towards your right shoulder to come back to center. Keep going now. It's great exercise for the obliques and to help to stimulate your digestion. Now if you want to make it more challenging, you can do it with legs straight. It'll increase the load. Then hug your knees to your armpits. Hold there, or if you have the flexibility to, take happy baby. Now for your final stretch, bring the legs together, stretch the legs towards straight, and then see if keeping your back ribs, lower back down, you can start to bring the shins towards your face. If you're able to straighten the legs, no problem, then you can go for our upside down forward fold. You can lift the lower back up off the ground, so you're balancing right in between your shoulder blades. And then as you hold the outer edges of the feet, stretch the legs towards straight. If there's any discomfort in your neck or your lower back, just stick with the first stretch. Then slowly roll yourself out and set up for Savasana, corpse pose. Before we go for full Savasana, bring the soles of the feet together, interlock the hands behind the head, and just let the armpit, chest, and the groin start to open here. Practice focusing on your slow breathing, just like we did at the beginning of class. With each exhalation, see if you can relax deeper, dropping the body towards the ground. Then release that. Bring your arms down at your side and stretch your legs out for Savasana. In Savasana, your corpse pose, your final meditation, this is the most important part of class. It's where we're going to allow the body to acclimate to all the benefits of the practice. The strengthening, the stretching, the deep breathing. So in this position, practice fully letting go. Just let your body drop. Feel the feet and the legs relax, heavy into the ground. Feel your pelvis drop down, relax. Your abdominals, relax. Feel all the muscles in your back and in your chest soften. Empty the hands. Let go of any tension in your fingers, your hands, your arms, and your shoulders. Let your neck relax. Soften the jaw. Empty the tongue, the palate. Let go of the cheekbones. Let the sinuses soften. Let the inner ear open and relax. Let go of any tension around your eyes and your forehead. Even soften your scalp. Let your whole body now completely relax. Then slowly and mindfully, bend your knees, set your feet down, roll onto your side, and press yourself up to a seated position. Join your palms together for a moment and notice the shift that comes at the end of the practice. So observe now your current mental state. Notice the quality of your breath. And notice how the body feels. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the class. Take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button so that if you enjoyed the video, YouTube will know to recommend it to other people if it's a good video. And also, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any other future videos. Leave a comment below. Let me know if I should make more videos in this series, if you enjoyed this power yoga class, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.